Today, we will talk about the difference between direct and inverse proportion. In direct proportion, the variables move in the same direction. When v1 or variable 1 decreases, the v2 or variable 2 also decreases. When v1 increases, v2 increases too. Meanwhile, in inverse proportion, variables move in opposite directions. When v1 decreases, v2 increases, and when v1 increases, v2 decreases, or vice versa. Let's try to solve these problems. Using the table, let's analyze the given examples. Let's discuss the first one. It says there that 8 kilos of rice cost 320 pesos, so write 8 kilograms and 320 pesos on the table. In this problem, we're asked to find the cost of 12 kilograms of rice, so write 12 kilograms in x for the variable that we need to solve later. In problem 2, 6 workers take 12 days to renovate the house, so write 6 and 12 on the table. Here, we are supposed to find the number of days taken by 9 workers, so write 9 and x to represent the missing variable. Always remember, for direct proportion, we need to divide the values. And for inverse proportion, we need to multiply them. Now, write the two ratios for problem 1. We have 8 over 320 equals 12 over x. Then cross multiply. 8 times x is 8x, and 12 times 320 is 3,840. Divide both sides by 8, then cancel to get the value of x. 3,840 divided by 8 is 480. 480 pesos is the cost of 12 kilos of rice. Let us check if this is indeed an example of direct proportion. As shown in the table, variable 1, which is rice, has increased from 8 kilograms to 12 kilograms, while the cost has increased from 320 pesos to 480 pesos. Since both variables went to the same direction, they both increased. This only means that these variables are in direct proportionality. This time, let us solve problem 2. As mentioned, for inverse proportion, we just need to multiply the values. That would be 6 times 12 equals 9 times x. Let's get the products. 6 times 12 is 72 equals 9 times x is 9x. Divide both sides by 9 to get the value of x, then cancel. So 72 divided by 9 is 8. Therefore, it will take 8 days if 9 workers were assigned to renovate the same house. Okay, let us check if this was really an example of inverse proportion. As shown in the table, variable 1, which is the number of workers, has increased from 6 to 9, but variable 2 has decreased from 12 down to 8. And since these two variables moved in opposite directions, this is then an example of inverse proportion.